In this video, we'll go over how to create and set up your PCB design rules. Setting up design rules should be the first thing you do before anything else. By setting up these rules first, you're making sure that everything you do afterwards follows your company's and manufacturer's guidelines. To create a rule, click on Design Rules on the Home tab. The tree on the left lists the different rule categories. You're able to expand a category to display the individual rule types available. Expand a rule type to display all rules of that type that are currently defined. The right-hand side of the dialog presents information in relation to what is currently selected in the tree. Either a summary of defined rules of the selected rule type or category, all defined rules for the entire system, or, if an actual rule is selected, the constraints for that rule. To create a rule, first select the rule category you want and click New Rule. Give the rule a meaningful name. Then, open the rule by double-clicking it. By using the pull-down menus here, you're able to define the scope. After the scope has been defined, rule constraints can be adjusted. When finished, press Apply. Even though the scope and constraints are defined, we're not done. We now need to define the priority of the rule. Each rule has a priority. Any design object can be targeted by multiple rules of the same type, catering for general and more specific situations. To resolve any contention, rule priority is used. For example, to specify the most commonly used routing width on the board, you define a single rule that applies to every net on the board. This rule can then be overridden for a specific net by adding another rule of the same type, but with a higher priority. The system simply goes through the rules from highest to lowest priority, and picks the first one whose scope expressions match the objects being checked. For added flexibility when creating rules, you may want to use the Query Builder, which is available through the Rule Wizard. The Rule Wizard will help you create a rule and set a priority.